Hi, everybody. This is the Pre-Accident Podcast Safety Moment. I'm Todd Conklin, your host for today. So have you ever thought about how you see your organization? And have you ever thought about the fact that the way you see your organization is probably not like the way other people see your organization? In fact, I'll bet you, if we really thought about it, very few people see your organization. We're only talking about one organization. Very few people see your organization the same. I think of it kind of like this. Management and the company sees your facility as an asset that either makes or loses value, money. We keep scoring money, so that's a pretty important metric. Engineers see your facility as a process, a series of line drawings that actually produces your product. It's very predictable. It's very linear. It is a series of events that take place to actually produce the product. Your workers see the very same facility as a place where they earn their living, where they go every day and meet their friends, they get a paycheck, they get to buy a boat, they get to go on vacation. The crazy thing about that is that everybody's talking about the exact same place, but the perception they have of that place is very different. Perceptions count. W.I. Thomas, look it up. He's a famous scholar from the Chicago School. I'm going to tell you that where you are in the organization colors how you see the organization. And our job is to make sure that we spend time looking at the organization from the workers' set of eyes. In fact, Decker calls it getting in the tunnel with the workers. I would tell you the pointy end of the stick is where the money is made. Now, we've talked about all this kind of stuff before, the division of safety and quality and production and why they're so different in the boardroom and so similar at the workface. One of the things we want to talk about today in your safety moment is how important it is to understand that the perception you have of the work is different than the perception the worker has of the work. It's never more true than when you have an off-normal occurrence, an event. Your vantage point of that event is entirely different than the vantage point of the workers who are doing the work. You have to somehow manage your perceptions and realize at a fundamental level that the view of the world you're dealing with is not the same world that the workers deal with. And for that matter, it's not going to be the same world that your senior leadership is dealing with. In many ways, safety people, systems people, workers kind of sit in the middle. We're interpreters. We have to tell the story from above and the story from below, the first story and the second story. And so what happens when we think about how work is done, we have to think about the fact that multiple perspectives for the same job, the same task, the same process, the same facility coexist simultaneously. That is a powerful idea. The voice of the customer, the voice of the senior leadership, the voice of management, and the poor field supervisor that's kind of squoze in the middle of all that really suffers probably more from the differing perspectives than anybody else in your whole workplace. There's not much we can do to make this better, save make it better. I can't think of a process or a tool, a way that you can walk a mile in my moccasins, as it were, except to tell you that perceptions matter. And how we perceive the world is not the same as how other people perceive the world. Now, there is one tool, and it's a simple one, and it's called the DIE model. Not a really good tool to use in a safety talk, but it says when you see something you don't understand, remember DIE. Describe first, interpret second, evaluate third. Describe first, interpret second, evaluate third. That's your safety moment for today. That's a kind of a philosophical one, don't you think? But it's a super important one. As always, learn something every day, have a lot of fun, and for goodness sakes, be safe.